I found that when I first got to Rabat, here in the U.S. I did a lot of extracurricular activities, whether it was volunteering or playing sports. And I expected to find the same thing in Rabat, and I wanted to find it very quickly, but I didn't. It's because I didn't have any language skills going in, and it took a good amount of time to find things to do after school, and I would say don't get too frustrated quickly. Everything will come to you within time, and just enjoy what you've got in the moment.
I don't know if you've studied Arabic before, but one thing we actually all discussed today and reflected about was we wish we had brushed up on our Arabic before going in, meaning just reviewing basic phrases, because Arabic is a very easy language to forget, and after our experiences studying Arabic before with NSLI or in other settings, we did actually forget a lot of our language, and we could have delved into the learning a lot faster if we had all just reviewed a little more.
I guess just be expected for a normal student life. We do a lot of really cool excursions, but just be prepared for a really intense year and also a normal year. Just go into it thinking I'm confusing to hear myself. Just think of it going into like a normal student year, just somewhere else. The workload is, I think, I did the summer program too. I think the summer program was maybe 5 hours of Arabic a day or something like that. And the year is 3 hours of Arabic. It takes 4 hours, but we have like some scattered breaks throughout that time. But yeah, so I guess it's less because the summer program is super intense, but I think we had more homework though during the year program. I don't think I had homework during the summer program just because it was so jam-packed. I don't think there was time. So
yeah, in the summer program, it's all fit into 6 weeks, so at times it can be a lot more intense, whereas the year-long program is kind of scattered throughout the whole entire year.
Yeah, like you're going to have intense times, but in general, less intense than the summer program, which makes sense. You can't really sustain that kind of 5 hours a day for 9-ish months. We've talked a lot about this, but Moroccans, especially in Rabat, they dress stylishly and in modern clothes, so you don't, like, of course, be respectful. I wouldn't really recommend wearing anything above your knees. That's a little more risky, but you can wear jeans, you can wear t-shirts. Just, yeah, I wouldn't recommend, it's totally not necessary to go out and buy like maxi skirts and huge flowy pants. I know that's something I did for the summer program, and it was a total waste. So just wear your normal clothes, just the respectful ones, like nothing, like tank tops are probably a no-go, and anything shorter than a knee is probably not a good idea. But other than that, just your normal clothes.
How do you think the NSLI experience, as well as your Arabic language skills, helped you be more competitive and ready for college and life abroad? So I am specifically going to Doha in the Gulf for college, and I think that this Arabic program has been a tremendous help in terms of getting my Arabic ready. I did not know any Arabic before coming on the program and applying, and so I'm very grateful for that. And in terms of being competitive for different opportunities, I think that this program is just a boost when seen on your resume. I have not gone to college yet, but after this PDO, I'm interning on Capitol Hill, which is not necessarily normal for students who have not even been to a year of college, but I think that this program really, really helped me achieve this internship, and I'm forever grateful, and it's just an amazing thing to be a part of.
I mean, clearly this program means a lot more to us than just like an application booster, but I think you can't deny the fact that it does really make you a unique candidate for a lot of things. And I do think that it definitely helped me get into some of the colleges that I applied to.
And someone asked a question if we were all gap year or if we were in high school or anything else. And I would just like to say that me and Sophia did this for our senior year of high school, so it's definitely very doable. We finished our high school credits over the summer, and we took maybe a course or two during the year while abroad, and it was definitely very doable, and we applied to college abroad. And so, yeah, so most of us were gap year, but if you are thinking of doing this as a senior year, I don't know like what your high school system looks like, but it's definitely very doable.
I totally with Nancy on that. It does take a little bit of preparation. I know that I had to switch my schedule around mid-junior year to get some requirements done, and then I just took a physics class and got done with some health requirement during the summer, self-studied that, and then I did take an English class online during the fall when I was in Morocco, which was, I mean, it was more work of course, but it was totally manageable. So if you're motivated to do this program, you can make it work. That's fine.
Yeah, also I did, me, Casey, and Marie, we all did gap year. But I actually, we applied for college during this time. So also, if you're in a college right now, you're applying to got into college, but your interests have changed or they will change or anything like that, or you're not happy with your choice, you can also, this gives you the opportunity to reapply to new colleges.
How much of a conversational barrier was there with traditional Arabic and the local dialects when you talked with your host families and locals? Many of the locals do know Fusha, but will, without realizing it, switch to the local dialect of Darija mid-conversation. But because you do know Fusha, it does become easier. Over time, it will become easier and easier to understand other people because Darija is a mixture of many different languages, including classical Arabic. But at the same time, it did pose difficulties with my host family because even towards the end, when I had gained a lot more knowledge and more comfortable with Fusha, I couldn't really understand my host mom, even though I kept only speaking to her in Fusha and telling her that I only understood Fusha really. She would just speak to me in Darija, but I mean, we communicated fine. It's not actually that big of an issue, and if you're doing summer program, you will be studying Darija throughout the course of the program. And for academic year, you will study Darija for the first 2 months. And some people are just really good at languages and can focus on the two throughout the year. But for myself, Fusha just got increasingly harder. And the grammar rules and structures and also actual vocabulary are very different in Darija and Fusha. And I really want to focus on my Fusha because it's understood throughout the region, whereas Darija is only spoken in Morocco. So I made that choice to just focus on Fusha. But I do know basic Darija. So in the street, if I were talking with a vendor in the Medina or the Old City, or if I was in a taxi, I could definitely understand people. I think the unit we got up to in Darija was like booking a hotel room. So we could do that. And we know all of the fruits and vegetables. So we can totally survive. We can get housing, and we can eat, and we can ask for directions, which is basically what you need. And then we can do everything else. You can also buy a train ticket. Or a plane ticket, but you can't leave Morocco while you're on your program.
It says, can I apply for the Arabic year? And most certainly, I encourage you to apply for the Arabic year because
even though she did Russian before. Which is
right.
Russian summer.
Russian summer. It's a fabulous program this year. It's one of the best decisions I've ever made. If your age, if your grades, if everything works out, if all of your requirements check out, I would love to know that you've been accepted next year, and I really hope that it works out for you.
Also, Arabic is an incredibly rewarding language. We did kind of expat interviews through a class we had called Global Citizen, which was learning how to be a cultural ambassador. And yeah, so we interviewed expats, and the expat I interviewed did NSLI summer in Egypt and then NSLI summer again in Marrakesh, Morocco. And he speaks maybe like 8 languages. He speaks Russian, English, Swahili, Urdu, Farsi, French. He's amazing. But he told me that Arabic was the one he's used the most in his life throughout the world, even in Europe and other countries around the world. So it's an incredibly rewarding language. It's incredibly hard, but at the end you'll be able to communicate with so many different people.
If you are part of a summer program, are you allowed to take part in a year program? The answer is yes. Chloe, Kate did, Noah over here did, and I did that. And also, a year program is only for summer alumni. No, anyone can apply to a year program.
I didn't do a, Nancy and I did not do a summer program, and we were accepted for the year. So you also don't, for anyone who is new to this, you don't need any language skills. I personally did not really know any Arabic coming in, but Nancy was born in Egypt and speaks the Egyptian dialect. So the range really differences. The range of Arabic levels between us students are very different, and it doesn't hurt you if you don't know the language, because I did not know any Arabic. In terms of bringing, I actually wish I brought less, because I wouldn't so much look for things that you would want to bring, because Morocco does have everything, almost everything that the United States has.
You know, like people live there, so if you're going to really need something, you can find it there. I mean, besides some like kind of really specific things, like if you, of course, like anything like a specific medication, like of course bring that, but like if you need an umbrella, don't bring one.
Specific
brand. Buy an umbrella there.
Don't bring rain
There are
boots.
many European and Western clothing stores in Agdal, specifically very close to Ahmadis. And there's even like Mango and Aldo. I don't know, but yeah, there's a mall. You can totally get anything you need. And honestly, you wind up wearing the same 5 things over and over again. So if you know your closet really well and you know what 5 things you really like to wear, do that, because laundry exists there as well. So your clothes will get washed.
Bringing like shampoo on it.
And one thing,
don't
bring shampoo.
They have better shampoo brands, and it's way cheaper. But one thing that came up today was you have this notion that Morocco is really warm and tropical. I actually brought many winter clothes because I don't like hot weather, and I was trying to live in denial. But I exactly. Right. But there is a period in the middle, like around January, February, March, where it gets rainy and cold, and you'll also take trips to other parts of Morocco, such as maybe to the Sahara or to the north, and the Sahara Desert gets extremely cold at night, so make sure you do bring like a scarf, or actually don't bring a scarf, they're better in Morocco, buy your scarves in Morocco. No, but this is from the Sahara.
So bring a winter for an entire year, and you don't pack for an entire year. Like you pack your clothes, but you do not need to bring the basic necessities that are going to use up a ton of weight, because obviously you can buy them there for super cheap.
It is. It's pretty cheap.
Don't bring a year's worth of like toiletries. You can buy toothpaste. You can buy a toothbrush there. How did you stay in touch with your families? Did you have an international phone plan, or did you use Skype? So in the beginning of the year, we used Skype, but Morocco did this horrible thing where they basically banned all of international calling, like Skype, WhatsApp, FaceTime, all that stuff. So you couldn't international call using webcam. But I got around it by just downloading a VPN or buying a VPN, and that usually solves the issue. Most of the time, you know, you could just text your parents, or I mean, I don't want to
you know, I don't want to tell you to just text your parents, but or you can if you want, you can put like a lot of dirhams on your phone and make an international call. But I didn't necessarily have a phone plan. I just put a lot of dirhams.
Yeah, I would just recommend apps like
It's not.
Facebook Messenger. Oh, well, okay.
You need a
Talk
VPN.
you do, but I guess for text, no.
Well, okay. It'll be like, right. We don't know.
For me,
because the telecommunications
so I
industry wanted more
actually
money.
I had a Moroccan SIM card, but I cut it to fit into my iPhone. And with that, so like now, like my iPhone was working in Morocco, and I bought cellular data for that. So that's like through the company. And so if you do that, FaceTime will work, like FaceTime video chat works. So that's one way to do it, if
Also,
that's possible.
Skype works for me at Amity.
Skype works like on and off sometimes. The quality is always bad for me.
Yeah, the quality of all these
it's not 100%, but I recommend
good.
Well, the FaceTime through the cellular data works really well.
Yeah.
Well, the FaceTime. So are you guys fluent, or because bravo to you if you are? We are not fluent. No, we are
to do.
It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It's just
Yeah.
not a thing. But
It takes at least
we are able to talk about
hold conversations on like higher level subjects and stuff like that in class. We talk about politics. Sorry, first did I cut you off? Like we talked about politics, society, and stuff like that. But I think fluency is like a super specific definition that I don't think we would meet yet. We're taking an OPI when we get home, and that's going to tell us like on a range, like our level.
But specifically, we're kind of targeted at like intermediate advanced or advanced low. We did take technically 6 college semesters worth of Arabic or 3 college years of Arabic, so that's pretty incredible considering the time.
How far did you have to travel to get to school? So sometimes the houses, my friend lived a 1-minute walk away from school. Nancy and I lived about a 15-minute cab ride. It all depends. Rabat is a very walkable city. In the morning, you might not want to do that only because you will be sweaty by the time you get to school, for us personally. So Nancy and I cabbed in the morning. Every day we taxied together. The taxis, if you convert them to dollars max, it's going to be $1.50.
Like $3 a day.
$3 a day. But if you split, it's fine. Chloe Kate trammed. Chloe Kate bought a tram
I
pass.
love the tram. I highly recommend it. It's a great way to people watch and look for cultural incidents and see how Moroccans interact with each other. But also you get to eavesdrop on people's conversations. And that's also a great way to track your progress, because when you first get on the tram in September, you won't understand anything. But when you get off the tram in May or June, you'll understand everything, or close to everything.
Right.
That was just a poetic way. In the tram. Yeah, 50% if it's in Tunisia. But anyways, it was a great thing, and it goes to all the different parts of it. Not all, but the important.
So I think Mexico, it was taking people like 20 minutes to get to school, including like, it depends. Everything depends on how long it takes that day to find a taxi. Because I know when I lived in Los Leon, the taxi was always 10 minutes, but some days it would take 30 seconds to find a taxi. Other days it would take 10 minutes to find a taxi. So everything kind of depends on that. But I lived in Agdel the last semester, and I walked to school every single day, and it took me like 5 minutes on a good day and 7 minutes on a tired day.
Do you go to a special school, or do you attend school with native Moroccans? That's a good question. We did not go to school with native Moroccans. We went to school at the Amadis Head Center in Rabat, so it was just us 5 girls in the class with a teacher. We had 4 teachers throughout the year, so it was sort of a change in pace and so on and so forth. And it was great. We had a small group of girls. We all knew each other.
Yeah.
We all talked to each other. It really does depend on your implementing organization. But this was our experience.
A really good setup because the whole point of this program is Arabic language acquisition. And well, of course, we're coming from English, so we have to have a teacher who knows English, and then we're studying Arabic Fusha, which of course Moroccans do study, but they'll be studying that in French or Darija, so it wouldn't be possible for us to really study that in a local setting. So it was also really great having such a small group of students with one teacher. It was super effective teaching, and obviously we learned so much, so it was a really good experience.
All right, well,
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
thank you so much,
Thank you so
all
much
of you, for
listening.
your incredible.
We just got home. We really
Thanks
wanted to talk
for
about
bearing with our jet lag.
No one here knows us.
What do you mean we're not in Morocco?
Thank you so much, all of you, for your wonderful presentations and insight into your past year in Rabat. This was just a wonderful learning experience for all of us. And to our participants, we hope you enjoyed hearing from and connecting with these NSLI Arabic students. We'll be posting a recording of this virtual event on the NSLI Interactive site within the next week. On the site, you can also find stories, photos, and videos by and about students and alumni in all of the NSLI countries. A big thank you again to our amazing NSLI student speakers, Clarice, Chloe, Kate, Sophia, Noor, and Nancy. And again, thank you all for participating. We're going to sign it off. Ladies, if you'd like to say goodbye in Arabic to close this off, that would be great.
مع السلامة. شكرا جزيلا.
شكرا.
Okay, bye.